What's up guys, my name's Joey. Today we're going to be going over the back uprise on the rings. So the back uprise is your most fundamental swing skill. This is what you're going to need to get into your L, and from your L you might do a press handstand, or you might do a forward roll and do another skill. It kind of depends on what your routine construction is like, but you need it as a beginner in gymnastics. The other reason you might want to back uprise is because you're doing CrossFit, or you do the rings for fun and you just want to learn the skill just to show off to your friends. The skill also can have a few different deductions if you are competing in gymnastics. A few of the deductions include your arms touching the straps or your arms bending doing the skill. Your legs might even come apart too doing this skill. So you want to make sure that when you're doing it, you squeeze your legs through the bottom, you keep your arms straight. The other thing though is learning the skill, you might not have enough swing to get the height to do it straight arm. So what I usually teach my freshmen or other beginners is a bent arm back uprise. But now I'll actually teach you how to do the back uprise. Two things I want you to think about as you're doing the skill. One, the primary thing is driving your heels through the bottom of the swing. And that's usually the hardest part for people, because when you're learning a back uprise, you're either 4 years old and you don't know how to swing on the rings, or you're a kid who's just doing gymnastics for the first time and you don't have the control or the body awareness to give yourself a good swing on the rings. Oh my God, what was that? Stop it. So to usually develop that, you have to work on your swings all the time, doing tons of sets of just swinging back and forth. But once you're ready, you think about driving the heels through the bottom of your swing hard, rising up as much as you can. You want to get to this body position. And when you're here, what you do now is you just pull the rings directly to your hips. Okay? If you're doing a straight arm back uprise, it's going to be different. You're actually going to keep your arms straight, circle the rings, catch at the hips. I'll show you from this angle. Drive the heels, circle the rings, catch at the hips, and then settle, or go into your L. Okay? So Joel is going to show us a bent arm back uprise, a good looking one, and then he's going to show us a good straight arm back uprise. As you can see, the differences between the straight arm back uprise and the bent arm aren't very great. The only difference is your positioning with the arms and keeping them locked versus bent. Progressing with the skill takes a lot of time. You got to work on your swings very often, and you have to keep increasing the height forward and backward. Once you have your bent arm back uprise, it's very important that you start working towards a straight arm one, especially if you compete in gymnastics. If you bend your arms more than 45 degrees in the back uprise, you don't get credit for the skill. Okay? And the deductions, it depends on if you're in high school or doing club or college or Olympic level, but the deduction decreases as your arm bend goes away. And ideally you do it lock arm and you don't get any deduction at all. If you're just learning the skill for fun and you don't really care about that, then that's fine, but it's also much more impressive if you can do it straight arm. With my athletes, it usually takes them till their junior or senior year to get it straight arm, and they're learning the bent arm one their freshman year. So it takes time to build to that. So the last mistake I want to talk about when you're doing the back uprise is people's tendency to do a pull-up as you're doing the skill. And part of what causes that is just not driving the heels enough. So again, you have to drive the heels, turn your body over. That way it's going to be much easier to pull the hips. If you don't drive the heels, then you're just going to stay vertical here, and you got to pull the rings all the way to here, and that's very hard to do. Okay, and that's why some people tend to just do a pull-up. So think about that as you're doing the skill. Pulling around to the hips, driving the heels, making your body rise into the support position. Alright, thank you guys for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please like it. I am going to start uploading much more regularly. I know it's been 11 months since I've put up a video, which is a very long time. But I'll start uploading more regularly. We're going to do more tutorials. And I'm going to talk about my recovery through a few different injuries. So if you are interested in seeing all that, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you to Joel for helping me out, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one.